Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the gold medal match between New Zealand and France. It is the final of the Olympic Women's Sevens, and hopefully, if it's anything like the last match, will be a very entertaining one. For those who don't know, Fiji were just able to get their win over Great Britain, 21 points to 12, which means they are the bronze medalists for the Women's Sevens competition. So now it's going to be exciting to see whether or not we do get to see possibly another Southern Hemisphere side in New Zealand getting that gold medal, or whether it will be France who are able to do so. The temperature 29 degrees at the moment there at Tokyo Stadium. That is warm indeed. And also 60 degrees humidity. It's going to be a tough day. We saw throughout the day that the heat started looking like it was getting to a few of the players because of the fact it is a very tough competition to do when it is in that heat. But I will mention, if you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And also, if you are excited for this match that is going to be taking place, I am just typing it in at the moment. But at this stage, both sides are undefeated as well. And that's interesting because of the fact that last time, New Zealand and Fiji, for the men's competition, they were both undefeated going into the final. So it's a little bit of a carryover in that regard, to the fact that one of these sides are going to remain undefeated throughout this whole competition. And hopefully, it is going to be a very good one. Ruby Tui needs a rest. Yeah, she looked very tired in that last match up against Fiji. I'm not sure whether or not it was that heat, but if it is still going to be as hot as it is, it's going to be a hard day at the office for everyone out on the field, let alone someone who has put in a shift in those other games, which could be said about quite a few of the players out on the field. I'm looking forward to seeing Giovanni go up against the likes of Michaela Blight. I believe they will be on the same side, and that's going to be pretty awesome to see them go up against each other. Hirini, yeah. Tell you what, all of the captains have got wear and tear at this stage by the looks of it, because of the fact that she's got the strap around the head. The last game we saw that she had a fair bit of tape around the eye, the Fijian captain, and also it was Abby Brown with a little bit of cotton up her nose to try and stop the bleeding. But we have also got in the chat, Dan 4K says, Crazy NZ, yeah, we have grown at an incredible rate, and it has been very awesome for you guys all tuning in for these live streams. I do appreciate every single one of you being here, and we are going to continue right into the British and Irish Lions game that is happening 3 p.m. tonight, 3 a.m. tonight, New Zealand time. Blythe's going to get a runaway try easy as well. So I don't know. Giovanni, I think, will get one on the other side, though. So it's going to be exciting. We have also got some of my brother, as well, says Marco Vonapalwe, and also Alus Le Blues in the chat from Marco, and also Black Ferns. I'm the only NZ fan in my house right now because the rest are going for France as well, says Escaroy. And also we got a few Kierans in the chat. If anyone wants to know how to get access to those Kieran's emojis that Isaac has put there, it is through the channel memberships. So if you are new, be sure to sign up for a member. It is hugely appreciated. It is not necessary, but if you do want to support the channel with a little bit more, and also you get the opportunity to have a few of those emojis. We have got Marcos, that's for it's for Learn to Count Past 3 as well, which says Drift Wallaby, and also Legend Hamish says, says Ray Mentis, welcome into the live stream as well, mate. At this stage, we are going to have the national anthems, of course, because of the fact that it is going to be a final, and what a final it should be. France versus New Zealand. France, I don't think too many people saw them making it through to the final. I think a lot of people thought it was either going to be Australia, New Zealand, or maybe Fiji as those options, alongside maybe Great Britain or someone. We always got there, how do I join you? As well says, I believe that is, I'm not sure what your original name was, but at the moment it is Hamish the Kiwi Lads Rules. But it is through the join button on the channel membership. And we have got Springboks without their crowd costly as well. It's going to be interesting. I feel like everyone's eyes on that game are going to be on the refereeing, because of the fact that a lot of people are looking very closely. But at this stage, the New Zealand national anthem is blaring around Tokyo Stadium. Unfortunately, still no crowd, but you can see the passion, like it was Broughton who was mentioning in one of the earlier matches. She was pointing to the New Zealand, the Black Ferns logo, and she was saying it's all about mana. And that is what we have seen throughout New Zealand sport in the last little while. So whether or not it will be able to help them get over the line up against a tough French opposition, we will have to wait and see. We have also got Ireland being part of Great Britain at the Olympics, or isn't part of Great Britain, sorry, at the Olympics. And at the stage we have what's got there. And how do I join the Kiwi Lads Hamish as well? Or it isn't actually the Kiwi Lads, but it is part of the Kiwi Lads members group. Ruby Tui there. She has got a lot of emotion on her face because of the fact she would love to be able to get the Black Ferns a gold medal here. Last time the ref robbed us as well, says Betty G. And also we have got Escaroy. Black Ferns shall be rise to the occasion. Gold for the Black Ferns as well. And hands on Jess, look up to the sky. Eye up your ancestors and sing as well, says Smithy Toilet. And it is Zion as well, like my favorite YouTuber. I mean, you've had about 5 name changes, which does make it very hard to keep up. We have got Lions will make it all better as well, says Drift Wannabe. And also we have got Au Revoir Francais maybe, and Vive la France as well. Welcome in, Cooper Media. Appreciate you being here for this match between these two strong sides. And the big question is it going to be New Zealand getting once again another silver medal? Of course, the men's receive the silver, or will they be able to upgrade it and get themselves a gold? You can see there, Giovanni, she has got a lot of emotion on her face at the moment because of the fact both of her parents were Olympians. So now for her to be able to go to the Olympics as well is pretty awesome. And at this stage, come on, Kiwiana, says Marco Vunipola, but France deserves gold, silver for NZ as well. Says BDG. Yeah, France were the kind of the underdog of this competition. They remind me a bit of Argentina in the men in terms of the fact that not too many people saw them getting as high up in this competition as they did, and now they've got an opportunity to be able to go all the way. Both sides undefeated, 5 wins for both sides in this one. Looking at the lineup there, they have got the 12 ladies who will be going out onto the field for New Zealand throughout this match. Perhaps they have got Hirini, who is going to be the captain as well for this one. Should be a very good one. Go Black Ferns, go. Or Black Ferns girls, go on girl, as well, says Gabriel, and also New Zealand for the win, and gold team for the Kiwianas as well, says Marco Votopoli. And also, though you want me to go back to Zion Fenton, oh yeah, my team Temuka Warriors won against Waihi the Bots, which is pretty awesome. So congratulations there, got to defend New Zealand as well. Says Smithy Toilet and French just needs it as well, says BDG. But we have seen now the bronze medal did go to Fiji in their last game because of that win, 21 points to the 12 over Great Britain. They are showing the gold medal now. It's about to get serious for both of these sides. We've seen the emotion in the national anthems. Now it is about trying to channel that emotion into having a good performance out on the field and not letting it get the better of you. The starting lineup for New Zealand, Tui, Hirini, Blyde, Nathan Wong, Broughton, Fitzpatrick, and also Woodman will be the lineup that they've gone with. I read that out so quickly because last time they didn't have the lineups on the screen for very long at all. So I tried to rush it, but at this stage, it seems like they're going to have them out there for a little bit longer, but they are showing now. Grasano, she is very talented. Okimba, also Giovanni, Uletule, Horta, also Bertrand, and there was now one name that I missed, but I believe it was Guerin, who I didn't quite see. We have got New Zealand 24 and France 12 at this stage, and let the best team win, go to New Zealand as well, says Gracio. They are showing Nathan Wong. She has been pretty dangerous with the kickoffs throughout the competition for New Zealand. Also very good with ball in hand with an offload as well, and they need to make sure that they can win this game. Fitzpatrick, she's looking calm in this situation. France are going to be kicking off right to left in this game for the final in this situation. It could go either way between these two sides. I'm excited for it. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. Good luck, Kiwi, as well, says Robert. And Ireland are smart, and they don't want to be part of Great Britain as well. And great stream, says Cooper Media. Love Black Ferns. And Woodman and Stacey, says MH Joy. And at the stage now, it is going to be kicked off. It's going to be their number 10 here, Drouin, the captain for France, kicking this match off for the final. Who is going to get the gold medal? Hirini taking that one very nicely. Portia Woodman, the lady who was lifting her, but she was tackled by Grassano. Now it's going to be in the hands of Fitzpatrick. Nathan Wong, little kicker behind him. Broughton's going to be chasing this one out, and that is something we haven't seen New Zealand use too much in this competition so far, is the kicking game. But they're on the halfway line now, and it's going to be Ruby Tui out there on the field once again. It's going to be Fitzpatrick running out at the line. They are protecting this ball very nicely at the moment. The Black Ferns, Tui once again goes across field. Nathan Wong, Broughton. She's got Michaela Blyde on the outside. Hasn't used her yet. Offload on the inside. Awkward ball. And New Zealand going to be under pressure. Giovanni just all over Nathan Wong and making her get forced right back into almost the 22 of the Black Ferns. Now it's going to be Hirini now, trying to back her base, steps back on the inside. A little bit of a sell of the dummy, and she is through the gap up the middle here, Hirini. Has she got the pace? I think she's going to get caught here by their number 7. Offloads it back. Michaela Blyde, you're not catching her. Michaela Blyde, and she has scored the opening try of the match for the Black Ferns. We will add that one to the list now. That could be rather long in this match. I think both sides going to be scoring a lot of points in this one, but New Zealand able to open the scoring in this one. It was just Hirini. The perfect time to pass that ball was when she did, because of the fact she lured in all the defense, ball on the inside, and then from there, Okemba just didn't quite have enough acceleration to be able to change her direction, change her momentum. But Michaela Blyde scoring the try. She has been on fire in this competition. Try in the chat from Isaac, and also a few tries from Marco Bolivia. What a try as well. And Nathan Wong go in there, and we always go, do you want me to change the Zion Fiddle? So it will be easy to know me. As long as I remember that it is Zion, it should be all right. But 7 tries here for Michaela Blyde in this competition. Blyde called it as well. Says Cecily, you did indeed in try time. Says Chris, come on, France. Says Marco Vunipola, but now it is going to be kicked off by New Zealand. That is the rule of sevens. When you do score a try, you are the team that get to kick off, and it will be Nathan Wong here trying to get this one right. She has kicked off high. It's going to go the 10. Is it going to be taken here by Portia Woodman? She knocks it back onto the side of the Black Ferns. Awkward one here. And Ruby Tui taking an awkward head knock there by the looks of it. And it is going to be a penalty to France. And she is rolling out of the way there, Ruby Tui. Now it's going to be in the hands of their number 5, Utule. She's going sideways. She's going to put in the kick as well. Both sides going for the kicking game in this match. Giovanni versus Blythe. This is the one that everyone wanted to see. All Blythe pushed off the ball a little bit. It wasn't quite shoulder to shoulder, I don't think. And now because of it, Giovanni giving away that penalty. But that is the foot race that everyone wants to see in this one. Michaela Blythe taking on Giovanni. Completely different frames. And it is Giovanni who is very tall compared to Michaela Blythe, who is just a little bit shorter. But of course, she has got plenty of pace as well. 4 minutes left in this first half here. And the Black Ferns going to be inside of their own 22 once again. Fitzpatrick there with the no-look pass. Gives it out now to Nathan Wong. Bit of acceleration off the mark now. Broaden, she's got the option on the outside. Goes to as well. Hit a little bit late, but now it's going to be Portia Woodman cutting back on the inside, but she is going to be tackled by Okemba. Picks up and goes again. Now Nathan Wong going to be under pressure, and it's going to be a penalty to the Black Ferns once again. It's going to be going back to 45 metres out from their own line. Fitzpatrick takes the quick tap. I will read the chat in a very short moment as well, but now Ruby Tui drawing past. Didn't quite work out, and it is going to be a lot of space out on the wing here for France to have an opportunity. Utile is getting forced backwards though. So New Zealand have been able to handle that situation. Not too bad. Giovanni almost dragged down by Ruby Tui. Now it's going to be their number 10. It's going to be Drouin, and she's going to go all the way. And it's going to be the counter try for France here. And they are going to be right back in this match. Women Black Ferns as well, says MH Troy. And at this stage now, we are going to be adding the points to France. This one seems like it's going to be a close game between these two sides. And I am very excited to see what way it will be going. We have got there, Ruby Go as well. Says MH Troy. It was a big hit on Ruby Tui there. Just looked a little bit loose from the Black Ferns though. And because of it, it ended up with the opportunity of France being able to pick that ball up. Little offload from, I believe it was Utule, and she was able to score that try. I'm pretty sure the French lady knocked that on when she picked it up, but the ref wasn't sure. As well, says Immortals, and awesome pace, says Cooper Media. Come on, Ferns, says Abdul Malik. Has she got that one? No, she's actually missed that kick there for France, which is not what they would have been after in that situation. We will change that back to 5 points for New Zealand, 7 points to New Zealand, and 5 points to France. Get Tui off as well, says AJ. And also we have got, she was about to blow the whistle. I wasn't looking at it that closely, but maybe I might have to have another look at it after this one. We have got Let's Go France in the chat from Bleach. And also we have got, I can see how much it meant for the Argentina women to win bronze. They are the only medal winners for their nation so far as well, which is pretty awesome for them. Indeed, definitely, because it is in the sevens competition, which is always heavily contested in the Olympic Games. Rio was a very good competition as well. It's going to be a penalty to New Zealand here because she didn't quite come around from the back there in terms of joining the breakdown. Now it's going to be quick hands here. Nathan Wong on the outside gives it to Broad and sells a bit of a dummy. They are heavily marking Michaela Blythe. It is going to be Okemba who is trying to stop it. Fitzpatrick now going across. Ruby Tui once again nailed in the tackle, and she is having a hard day at the office at the moment. But now it's going to be Fitzpatrick driving forward. Offload back now because it's a Portia Woodman. She pins Sears back. That's looking high. It's actually frozen when it is at the high tackle, so that might be called an advantage. Yes, it is. And it is going to be now taken quickly by New Zealand once again, just keeping that pace on. It's going to be Hiruni. Goes on the outside here. Broughton. Looks like she's going to back her pace. Has she got enough of it? It's going to be close as she gets there in the corner, or does she? They're going to have to go upstairs to see whether or not she was able to score that one. Broughton. Please show live stream, says Sports Knowledge. Unfortunately, due to licensing and copyright, if I did show any footage on YouTube, we will get taken off YouTube for 3 months. So I do apologize. But the best I can do is give you the commentary whether or not Broughton was able to get this one down. Gail Broughton, if she does, that could be a very good try for New Zealand, although it will be a very tough kick as well. TMO says, not moment, it is indeed. Checking this one. Or she's absolutely nailed that one, I believe, there, Broughton. Because of it, it means that New Zealand are going to be able to turn that into a 7-pointer, or maybe a 7-pointer, depending on how this kick goes. We will have to wait and see, but we will quickly update our scoreboard. New Zealand now taking the lead by a little bit further in this situation, and we will update this one so that it does say that it is 12 to New Zealand and 5 to France. And she helped the opposition up as well, which is very good to see, but it was very skilled. She just went off the ground airborne, was able to put the ball down, was able to stay in the field of play, and because of it, it did mean that she was able to get 38 metres out. Nathan Wong trying to give it plenty, but it has only gone about 3/4 of the way, so the score is going to be 12 to New Zealand, and also we have got there 5 for France, and we have also got there NZ deserves the gold as well, says Kai, and also conversion terrible as well, says Mark. Yeah, didn't quite go as far as she would have been wanting. That is for sure. Timo as well says no man. Also, hello, says Zion. Welcome in once again, mate. Go Black Ferns. Nathan Wong, Woodman. Great going, says MH Joy, and good try. It was indeed very nicely done by New Zealand to give themselves that lead back. Nathan Wong looking like she is going to be kicking to the right-hand side. Once again, 40 seconds left in this first half at the moment, taken by Okimba, but she is met by Portia Woodman, who is trying to drag her down. She's a hard woman to drag down Okimba, but straight on the ball. And that is going to be the penalty to Hirini there. And I have to say, whoever made that original tackle, Portia Woodman, she must have gotten out just in time so that it didn't become a not rolling away penalty in the favour of France. But now it is going to be taken quickly by Woodman here with a quick tap. 20 seconds left. It's going to be Fitzpatrick. Now they are sitting at about 25 out wide. Ball here from Nathan Wong goes back on the inside. And it's going to be Stacey Flula. And she has got the pace, and they score the third try of the match now for New Zealand. And that is exactly what they would have been wanting at the end of this first half. It's going to become 19 points to New Zealand, 5 to France as well. We have also got there in the chat, we have got their YSPG flag, got a Union Jack top left as well. It is because they are part of the, there's a name for it. Unfortunately, I can't think of it, though, in that situation. But yeah, there is a name. They are part of the United Union. No, it's not the United Union. There is a name for it, but I can't quite think of it, unfortunately. And I get it, the semi-final was more competitive as well, says Escroy. We never know. It was the situation of if there's an early try in the second half of France, they're going to be in a good situation to be able to possibly come back in the second half. But at this stage now, New Zealand going to be sitting 19 points to the 5 of Commonwealth. Thank you very much, AJ. That is the word that I needed. Fiji used to be in the Commonwealth as well. And we have got there. We were once conceded to Great Britain, or once ceded to Great Britain, sorry. And also we have got Let's Go Girls, says Isaiah in the Commonwealth, says Cotswold. And also Let's Go Blind with a couple Kieran emojis as well. But I do appreciate you all being here while we are at halftime. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Nathan Wong, number 7. Yeah. But also we have got there, it's because we OG said Drift want to be in the chat. And also we have got in there, Fiji should play France. Surely Fiji needs that silver as well, says Immortals. Although in this situation, it is the case that Fiji have secured themselves a bronze medal. So now at this stage, this is going to be whoever loses this match gets the silver. But I guess I kind of see what you're saying in terms of the fact that you want to see Fiji get a chance at the silver over France. But yeah, at this stage, whoever wins this game is going to be the gold medalist. You didn't know anyway, as well, says Immortals. And also 1974, then Fiji was independent as well, and everything ate common except the wealth for Commonwealth as well. And we have also got there, British are not allowed, British are not all that bad. They also did some good things. Tell you what, if we are talking rugby sevens, it was in the end just a phenomenal performance from not Michaela Blythe, the pacey lady. Jasmine Joyce was the name. She was playing incredibly for them throughout this competition. Can you please shout me up, please, says the King. Welcome into the live stream, the King. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anyone who is new, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And we have also got, yes, mate, we got a bronze. Good luck, NZ. And we have got Lassa Rusa as well in the chat. And also France to beat Fiji in the pool game. And Ravnell, who bet you? Do let me know, because it seems like you don't like New Zealand. So I assume you're either Fijian or maybe someone who we knocked out at the group stage. But now it's going to be Nathan Wong, who is going to be kicking off the second half for New Zealand. And she decides to go to the right-hand side once again, going high with this kickoff. Going to be taken nicely, almost, yes, Okimba, taking it very beautifully. And it's going to be close to the touchline. Little knock on, though. So now it is going to be New Zealand who have got the scrum feed. I see Pori Lane out there as well. I'm wondering whether or not that would be for maybe Ruby Tui, sorry. And we have got Kiwi win Top Nation as well, says Shane. And also we have got typical in there, and love to see Black Ferns as well, says MH Shoy. In terms of them being able to win gold, I believe that is. And at this stage, 6.5 minutes until, if they are winning this one, they will be taking that gold medal. But we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. France are a side that can dig deep late in a game to be able to fight back. Definitely with the likes of Giovanni out on the wing. She seems to have great stamina in terms of not getting tired too quickly. Nathan Wong now giving it out now. And the hands of Stacey Flula with a bit of a step on the inside. She's going to be tackled by Giovanni, and that ball has come free now. And France are going to be the team who have got the opportunity with the scrum on halfway now. And we have also got Kiwis come in top 10 in the medals. Tally interesting as well, says Sports Knowledge. I believe we are sitting 12. If I'm not wrong, although that trampolining might have actually put us up near that top 10. Can you shout me up again, says the King as well. Shout out to the King. Welcome in to the live stream once again. Kiwi, oi, oi, oi. Says Smithy Toilet on the halfway line. France are going to have this opportunity to be able to try and decrease the gap in the points at this stage. It is a possible 14 difference. Now it's going to be Okemba, and she is trying to change it offload on the outside. And can France go on the way? They've got the option, and it's going to be Ciofani, sorry, and she has scored the try for France now. And this is a kick that needs to go over here for France. And that will mean that we are going to have only a 7-point game if that is the case. But she has once again scored here. Ciofani, like I mentioned, both of her parents Olympians. And she has been carrying on that Olympic spirit in this one. It was just a beautiful break of the line. And in the end, saw the space on the outside. It was Uletule who decided to give it out to Ciofani. Cut on the inside through the tackle of Fitzpatrick. And she did score the try for France there. She's going to be taking this kick 30 meters out for the drop kick. It's looking very good, and it's gone down the middle. And now it means that the score is going to be only 7 points difference, 19 to New Zealand and 12 to France as well. TUI player of the tournament. And well, in the chat, I see from someone, and also we have got 6 minutes left at this stage. We have got a total of 4 minutes 50 until this game is going to be over, and we know exactly who has the gold medal, unless, of course, we're in that situation of maybe going to extra time again, but neither of these sides will want that. 30 degrees at the moment there. And at Tokyo, but that's going to be the kicker behind there from the captain, Hirone. It's going to be a foot race. Porsche woman trying to get that one, but beautifully stopped there by, it was the lady in the number 7 jersey, which in this one is Bertrand, just firing it backwards. A lot of pressure sitting up now for New Zealand, passing it backwards. Nathan Wong taking it. And now New Zealand have a little bit of a moment to rebuild. Now it's going to be Ruby Tui running sideways, tackled by Ciofani, who has dragged her down, getting back to her feet as well, but not quite able to turn it over. Fitzpatrick now going back once again. Nathan Wong gives it now to Michaela Blythe. She's got plenty of pace if she backs herself. Not quite able to find the offload, though. And straight on the ball, Okemba, but it is going to be a penalty. And I'm just waiting to see what that penalty was for. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was for hands on the ground, possibly, in that situation. Yes, mate, as well, says Guy. And also, New Zealand not able to win in the hockey, says Sports Knowledge. Yeah, I did see that we lost 4-1 to Argentina, if I'm not wrong. And how much time left a little bit earlier on. We have got now 3 minutes 45 left in the second half between these two sides, and the winner will get the gold medal. The loser will still get the silver, which is going to be pretty awesome. And we know that Fiji have got the bronze. They've taken the quick tap now for the Kiwis. It's going to be Hirone, the captain, trying to back her base, going through a gap here. And she has lowered in 3 of the defenders. So all they need here for New Zealand is to just fire it wide. Blythe now gives it out to Fitzpatrick. Nathan Wong, they've got the lady on the outside. It is going to be Broughton. She's luring them in offload too. And it's going to be Portia Woodman down the wing, but she's going to be tackled by Ciofani. She's made a lot of tackles in this match so far. Nathan Wong playing halfback once again. Going across field, Fitzpatrick now. Offload from Ruby Tui once again. But Hirone going to be trying to stand on her feet there. Blocked by Fitzpatrick, and it's going to be another penalty for New Zealand. It looks like now it's going to be taken quickly by Hirone, and that is going to be a great tackle on her. Possibly not back 10, though, so now it is going to be back in the hands of Fitzpatrick. 5 meters out here for the Kiwis, and it's going to be Nathan Wong between the sticks, and that could be the game here for New Zealand. They had the advantage from being offside for the French side, and then from there they made the most of it. That's going to be a 7-pointer once again here for New Zealand, which will give them a 26-12 lead in this matchup. Nathan wrong as well, and I also love Kiwi Girls, says Sports Knowledge, and also we have got in there, come on girls, and also Blythe, says Tesla, and also we have got in there Fleet is not too happy at the moment, and yes girls, says AJ, and NZ Olympic champion, says Kai. And at this stage it is seeming relatively likely for that to be happening. Of course, they had a very close game with Fiji. A lot of people have been questioning the calls in that game, but in the end, New Zealand able to win that one in extra time. And now with 2 minutes to play, 26 points to the 12 of France. We have got in there Nathan Wong, the score, maybe the decider as well. Says MH Join, it was a very good one between the posts as well, which gives you almost a guaranteed 7, unless you are, I think it is Republic of China have actually missed a few kicks from straight out in front in this competition. We have also got Go Black Ferns, says Million, also that's awesome, says Sam, and it's going well for the Kiwi ladies as well, says Sebastian. It is indeed. At this stage, France have got a lot of pressure on them. It is going to be Iza now tackled by Michaela Blythe just outside of the 22 of France, almost picked up there. And it is going to end up on the side of New Zealand. And because of it now, they are going to have the opportunity of possibly either kicking for touch or going for a quick tap. I think they will possibly go for the corner, though, just to use up that little bit more time. France can't hold them back as well. And the chat, go on, girls, as well, says Jack, and love you, ladies. Says a rugby fan, let's go Kiwis. And I want to marry a Kiwi as well, says Kai. And also we have got in there, let's go, says Tahana. But if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. At the moment, we have got a huge amount of you guys watching. And I do appreciate every single one of you. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button And yeah, be sure to leave a like on this live stream as well. I'm not sure how many likes we are sitting on, but perhaps we can try and hit, I would say around 20. I'm not sure how many we're on though. Might have to have a quick look. Hurry up, girls. The Fijians are waiting at the changing room for the cover time. The gold drink. The gold drink first, silver, then bronze as well. Now it's going to be a rolling maul here for New Zealand, and that's going to give them the advantage as well. I think that's almost the first rolling maul I've seen of this competition so far. Nathan Wong with a great step as well. Ended up going into Broughton, and it is going to be going back for the penalty here for New Zealand. Hirini now, the captain with the step. She's getting close as well, but she has wrestled down to the ground here. Close to the touchline now. It's going to be Woodman, who has got the opportunity of scoring this one, but was it going to be a try? I think it's going to be a foot and touch, but they are going to be going upstairs for this one for Portia Woodman. Whether or not she was just able to score that one, so proud to be a Kiwi right now as well, says John, and also to the sisters, says Fleet. And also we have got in their sport time, or sometime I'm confused in Australia and New Zealand flags, says Sports Knowledge. Foot and touch there, so Portia Woodman just not quite able to score that one in the corner. I wasn't quite convinced, but that one now shows that it is going to be foot and touch, so it is going to be a no try, and it will be a line out now for France, just a few meters out from the row 9. NZ gold as well, says Strezza. It is going to be our 4th gold, I believe, if I'm not wrong, taken quickly by France. They haven't given up yet, but it is going to be tough for them now. Straight over the ball, Hirini, trying to get it, but not quite able to. And at this stage, France just haven't had enough of the ball in this match, I don't think. I think if they had had one more try, would have been going down to the wire, but at this stage, they are just getting wrestled towards their try line by New Zealand, trying to get in that breakdown. I think she has as well, and it's a penalty. And it was won by Ruby Tui. Now Nathan Wong looking to take the quick tap, decides against it in the end. They are going for the scrum. We have Scott proud to be a Kiwi as well, says Tesla, and Rolling Mulbro as well, says JB. I believe, was it you who mentioned it earlier on, JB, about how you mentioned the Rolling Maul being underutilized? We actually saw one there at Franco as well, says Immortals, and also we have got from the Pacific related to all the islands as well, says Kai. And also we have got in the ENZ from Kai, and it had to be the girls to get New Zealand rugby gold. Or it had to be the girls, sorry, from Chris, and also hi from Michael. Welcome into the live stream, mate. At this stage, we have heard the full-time siren. The big question here is, are New Zealand going to kick this ball out, or are they going to try and score themselves one more try? You can see that the emotion from Michaela Blythe is actually starting to really set in, that they have been able to win the gold medal here for New Zealand. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. But Nathan Wong now gives it across. It's going to be Brazier. Goes for a bit of a cross kick. No, she doesn't. It's gone into touch. And that is going to be the win here for New Zealand. We will update it as well. It is a very good story for them to be able to go all the way in this match. But then we're able to get the silver. The women were able to get the gold there, the Black Ferns. They will be very happy with that indeed. And it is a very awesome performance from them. And we have got great game, NZ. Congratulations. And also we have got NZ wasting time scared as well, says BDG. I think it was just the case that they knew that they had won it. So they decided to not bother in terms of going for anything too risky. Because at the end of the day, if there was a runaway for France, could have ended up in that situation of maybe, it would be within 7. And you don't want that to be a prediction for the game later. Do you think Springboks will go down again tonight? I think they will be able to get the win, the Springboks, in that one. Well done, girls, as well, says Laurie. But we are going to be doing that live stream at 3 a.m. New Zealand time. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back for that one as well. But we have also got there, cheer, let's go. As well, says Tahana, and cheer, says Fleet Mox. A good game. Great game, both teams. Congrats to the Ferns, as well, says BDG. And we have also, tell you what, we've got a lot of people in the chat. I do appreciate every single one of you being here. Who's your player of the match last tournament, Hamish? As well, says Rivenosis. Well, that's a hard one for this match. I want to say Nathan Wong did very well throughout this one, but also the likes of maybe Woodman was doing pretty nicely as well. It's a hard one. That is actually a hard one. Hirini also having a very good game in this matchup. But overall for the tournament, I think I'd almost give it to maybe someone like a Jasmine Joyce, just with how much of an impact she was able to have for Great Britain throughout those games, but also someone who had an impact in this game. Once again with the pace was Michaela Blythe. I have to go. I have RG4, sorry, says Michael, and also congratulations to New Zealand, says Kofang, and also can you friend me on Xbox, says Michael, do let me know your name, or in fact, I will actually, we'll go like this. This is my gamer tag on Xbox if any of you guys do want to add me. But yeah, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you are in a position to do so and you want access to special emojis in the chat and also exclusive live streams, be sure to leave be sure to become a channel member, I believe it is called, actually. I forgot the name of it for a second. Outcome for Sarah in memory of her mum as well, says Shane Noonan. Yeah, it is to be able to captain New Zealand all the way. She had a smile on her face pretty much throughout the whole competition as well. Ruby Tui is overwhelmed with the emotion at the moment because of the fact that New Zealand have been able to win this one. I don't like that stable boy or the stable boy, as well, says Drift Wannabe. And also we have got in there, what about football? As well, says Sports Knowledge. I assume that is for someone earlier on in the chat, perhaps, and Woodman, Nathan Wong, All Black Ferns. Great, awesome as well. Says MH Joy, yeah. Overall, as a team, they were able to do very well. You see there, Nathan Wong, she is overwhelmed with the emotion of being able to win a gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics as well. We have also got in the chat, we have got there, Fiji was the best team in the tournament, as well, says Frederick. I'd say across men and women, Fiji, definitely the men's performance was just absolutely incredible. But then the women, I don't think people were counting them to be able to go all the way to get a medal. So for them to get the bronze as well in this one, so as a Buvio1 says, Michael, it is indeed. So yeah, for them to be able to get a medal in both, I think it's pretty amazing for Fiji, and there will certainly be big celebrations there at the moment. See you in a few hours' time, Lions in South Africa, says MH Sure. Yep, we are going to be covering that game, and hopefully we do get to see a few of you guys there. It is the second test match between the British and Irish Lions and the Springboks, and hopefully it is going to be a very good matchup indeed. We have Scott Drift, mate. What happened at the Euro Cup 2020? No, not for that one. We have got there bowl of grog for you, Kiwi lad, for a job well done as well, says Guy. And also he likes, he likes going to third world countries to do that. I'm not sure what's happened in the chat at the moment. Rio, we did get the silver for the females this time. It is going to be the gold. Now, Australia are a side that people probably would have expected to see in one of those semi-final games. They were beaten by a very strong Fiji, and you can see there, France, they are still ecstatic with being able to get that silver. They are celebrating it like they won the gold because of the fact that they have fought hard throughout this whole competition to be able to get to that situation. And yeah, they are absolutely loving it from the looks of it. We have what's got there in the chat, Marco, why are you Australian? Because I'm Welsh, as well, says Drift Wannabe, and also Hamish says Ray Mantis as well. And we have, at the moment, we've got a bit of carnage happening in the chat at this stage. We have got once again, Vanaka Hamish says, Escaroi, thank you very much for tuning in, mate. It is hugely appreciated. I'm not sure, do I stay for the medal ceremony? Do let me know if that is something you guys do want to see. But yeah, at some stage I will end up going to bed and probably waking up at, I think I'm actually going to sleep in between this match and the British and Irish Lions one. Normally, I let momentum take me all the way to those matches, but I think I may have to go to bed in between it. It's been a pretty tiring few days with all of the Olympics that we have had on. Definitely for the sevens, we've seen a great competition with the men's earlier on in the week, and another great competition here for the women. And we have what's got it's kicked off in the chat. It has indeed, G's Amish. Stay for the medal ceremony, bro. As well, says Tesla, and also we need you need to block some people on here, says Chris. Yeah, it does end up going back and forth a little bit, that is for sure. And we have also got there, thank you, Kiwi lads. Great commentary, says MH Joy. But in this one, there were no penalty goals, of course. We saw a drop goal for Fiji when they were able to win in the men's match, but at this stage, just very well done from New Zealand, able to get the conversions that they did need. And at the stages in this match, it looked like France were going to be right back in this one, but in the end, just not quite meant to be. We have also got in there, swimming is a sport where Australia is much stronger than Kiwis, says Sports Knowledge. Yeah, they are very strong in the swimming. Although New Zealand, I think we have snuck a couple medals. Have we snuck a couple medals? We're definitely in a couple finals for swimming, which is pretty awesome to see as well. We have also got their first team to claim major titles as well, says Shane Newton. Our first team to claim major titles. I feel like, geez, that looks dangerous. France are just throwing around Horta for some reason, but that looks like it's one of those ones. That's a safety hazard and a half there from France. But let's go. Congratulations, Black Ferns as well. Says MH Joy, and also Kiwi, you should marry Tui. I don't know whether or not she is looking for a fellow who just does the commentary in his lounge within a giant inflatable, but I mean, if she is, we are well and truly happy to accept all offers, aren't we, Kieran? At this stage, he was moving earlier on, and I'm not actually sure how. To be fair, my hands were actually at the front. But thank you, Kiwi lad. Job well done as well, says John. And also, one is Mike the Cowboy. You may have to add me though, Michael, but I will keep that one in mind. I will come Welf Olympic as well, says Shane. In terms of the, I'll tell you what, at this stage, the chat is going quick. I'm trying to read the messages, but it keeps on skimming down. South Africans do make a lot of excuses as well, says Immortals. Although some of those decisions, I did actually watch Rassie Erasmus's video because of the fact that I felt like I had to before going into the match. And there were a few good points in terms of a couple of the decisions. But I think that out on the field in this game, there's going to be a huge amount of physicality, and everyone will be looking at the refereeing. Is it Ben O'Keefe who is going to be in charge of this one? Hopefully not, because he will get a lot of slack. That is for sure. We have also got in the chat from Sonda, let's go. So proud of our girls, too good as well, says Sonda. And tell you what, was a very good performance from start to finish for New Zealand throughout this competition. They are the only undefeated team moving through the competition, same as what Fiji men's did in the earlier competition for the men as well. But very nicely done from the Black Ferns to be able to win this one, and they are very happy indeed. Let's go Aotearoa as well. Says Huami. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And we have got Tosaveti from BK Sport in the chat as well. You're covering the Lions game later. I am indeed. I am going to be getting up nice and early at around that 4 a.m. kickoff time. I believe we are going to be starting at 3:30 possibly. And also, bro, can you explain what the French were doing with the water as well? Says JB Comrade. What were they doing with the water? I wasn't actually paying enough attention. Was that at halftime? JB, do let me know. You may have to explain a little bit further. We have us got there. You can't wait for South Africa, the best team in the world, by a mile to play New Zealand, says Immortals. And that's going to be happening in September, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And I believe it is because we have got a rugby championship ad here in New Zealand. And we have also got, let's all sit around, drink some cover, smoke some ganja, and watch some rugby, my brothers, as well. Says Tesla, and also Kiwi Lad, you are a legend. Says Kai, thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated you guys all being here. Definitely for this medal ceremony as well, where we are going to get to see New Zealand lift the gold, or I guess put the gold on. It's not quite a trophy, is it? But it is certainly a massive achievement for the Black Ferns to be able to get the gold. So it is going to be Fiji getting the silver, and then it will be, Fiji getting the bronze, and the silver will go to France here. It's called drinking as well, says Ovi Snake. And also we have got there, Marco, that thanks, you little troll in the chat, and sisters as well, says Tesla a little bit earlier on. And we have got to remember the Rainbow Warrior as well, says Roger. I'm not too sure what that is. So we have also got there, how were the French celebrating just before, as well, says JB. Right, so pretty much what they were doing is they'd have half of their team on one side, half of the team on the other, and they were just throwing someone up in the air in the middle, and they looked like they were Superman. I believe it was Horta who they were throwing up in the air, and there was just two sides holding arms and then just chucking her up there, waiting a little bit, going, and then catching her again on the way down so that she didn't fall. I think she landed on someone's head a little bit after a couple of throws that we have also got there in the chat. Big ups to the Kiwi Lad who won bronze in the tramp all those hours in the backyard, paid off noise as well, says Ray Mantis. And also we have got, hopefully I will be touring at least once to New Zealand in my life. It is a very nice place to come. Definitely if you are into your sport, we have got plenty of stadiums that do love showing their support for the rugby. I'm hoping to get to one of the games possibly for the rugby championship, depending on how it goes. We have us got in the chat. I'd ask you, but I doubt you got a car. I slide, bro. See you later on. I see you later for the Lions game, says Drift Wannabe as well. And at this stage, I believe box, or what was that earlier on? It keeps on scrolling very quick at the moment. I believe all box all set to rumble with the Lions. Yeah, that's going to be a very good contest. I feel like it's going to be probably around 2 or 3 times more physical than the first matchup, because, I mean, the Springboks, they will have a point to prove that they were the side that they felt were going to be winning that first match. So we're going to have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. I moved here 3 years ago, says Michael as well. And yeah, it is a very nice place indeed. And let's go Blocks versus Lions soon, says Marco von a Polar Bear. I'm excited. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting one. I think there's going to be a yellow card at least in the game, maybe even a red. We'll see how we go in that one. And we have also got you stick to trays under the rear as well. Then we have also got in there. I am excited to see France and the France Olympics as well, says Sports Knowledge. And they've still got plenty more events that they are taking place in. Also New Zealand as well. I believe Valerie Adams, someone mentioned, is going to be tomorrow doing her shot putting finals maybe at that stage. And also we have got a little bit of boxing on around a Tuesday. Carver, cheers as well, says MH Joy. And now they are just talking to Hirini, and she is letting out a roar, and she is just very happy. She has got tears in the eyes at the moment. They are asking what is on her mind, and I feel like there's a lot of emotion there for her at the moment. That is for sure. Cover cheers as well, says MH Joy. And also we have got Tesla handbrake on full lock, reverse hard. The power you can shift to us, says Drift Wannabe. And also at this stage, she has said that she loves her mum, of course. Unfortunately, she is not there with her at the games, but she is saying that it is the best team in the world, the Black Ferns. She has led the team very well throughout this competition, Hirini, and she has always had that smile on her face out on the field, and she is just extremely happy that it is going to be in this situation of her going to take home that gold medal back to New Zealand, because I believe our rowers are already back, if I'm not wrong, or maybe they're not. I'm not too sure. I see that Mike the Cowboy just added me as well on Xbox, so you must have put that one in. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see who is going to be winning all of the other events later on in the Olympics. I'm not sure whether or not we've got any more events in the Olympics that we are going to be actually covering on the channel. We have got the likes of the Rugby Championship, the Bledisloe Cup, also the Bunnings NPC, which is recently known as the Mitre 10 Cup, that we are going to be covering as well. I'm surprised Kieran hasn't deflated as well. Says he's getting a bit close. You know, if you like, he is actually, you know, he's not as pumped up as he could be. I think I need to give him a bit more air. At some stage, condolences, RIP as well, says MH Roy. Yeah, it is pretty awesome that they have been able to win that goal, definitely for Hirani. And at this stage, her eye is pretty much completely closed from that strapping on her head. All of the captains in these competitions or all of these teams have just been going out there, putting their bodies on the lines. Hirani also was Abby Brown, had a little bit of the cotton bud up her nose to try and stop it from bleeding. Then it was Nagasao. She had all of the strapping on her face, trying to hold it together because of the fact that, it is a very brutal competition, playing so many games in a row. 6 games over 3 days and in 30-degree temperatures as well. It's very tough for them. Can't you stream live games as well? Says Sports Knowledge. If that is for in terms of being able to show the game, unfortunately, due to licensing, it does mean that I'm not actually allowed to show any match footage or audio because of the fact that it would get us taken off YouTube, sadly. So I am allowed to do the commentary and talk with you guys in the chat, but I'm just not able to show any match footage, unfortunately. Pay attention, NZ boys. Well done, girls, as well, says the snooze. I mean, silver for the men, though, is still pretty awesome for them to be able to do so. Rowers left today in transit now, as well, says Ray Mantis, because I saw that the men's 7 side actually did a haka for them. So, it's going to be pretty awesome seeing all of those guys arriving back. All those guys, and by guys, I meant the men and the women, but seeing all of the men and women arrive back in New Zealand to ecstatic crowds, because of the fact we are still allowed crowds here in New Zealand, so they will be able to all, it will be pretty awesome. And Kia ora, bro, as well, says Flying Kiwi, welcome into the live stream, mate. Anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be covering a lot more rugby in the future, and as well as rugby sevens and future competitions. I feel like I am going to be covering all of them because of the fact I've had that much fun with this one. This was the first ever rugby competition for sevens that I have watched. The men was the first. This is the second for the women's. I didn't know many of the players that are all going into this one. I certainly know some of them now, and it has been very awesome to watch indeed. We have got, yes, Marco, see you as well. Says Emma Joy, right, I need to go to sleep so I can wake up for the watch Box versus Lions. Exciting times ahead, yeah. Should be a good match. I think I'm actually going to go to sleep after this live stream as well, so that I am refreshed for that match, because it's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be extremely close, I have a feeling as well, just like the last match. Could come down to the wire, but we will have to wait and see. We have got to make Kiwis. Congratulations as well, says Mike Smith as well, And they did well, the Black Ferns. I feel like in that game up against Fiji, they were well and truly tested. I know a lot of people have been saying about the refereeing in that game, which of course is something that normally lingers around for a little while, but New Zealand able to get that win, moving on to the final, having a good win over France here, 26 points to the 12 as well. Man, I'll see you guys early in the AM. Can't wait for it as well. Says Tesla Lions, says Drift Wannabe, and thanks same as your legend, mate. Says Ray Mantis, thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate you guys all being here. A lot of you guys have been for every single live stream of these sevens that we've been doing, men and women. So it is hugely appreciated. All the support you guys have been showing. For anyone who is just tuning in now, New Zealand able to get the win in the final. So they get the gold medal. Silver goes to France. And then in third, it was Fiji who were able to get the win over Great Britain, 21 points to the 12. What I'm going to do quickly now is actually get you guys some stats up in terms of who was able to score the tries in this one. I know quite a few of them, but I want to make sure that I do say the right names. We have also got Kiwi Lads, and you send me a text on Xbox. I will try and remember straight after this live stream, and I will add you as a friend. And we have also got in there, I'll be fast asleep, sorry, says Obi Snake. No worries, mate. It is one of those games. 4 a.m. is a tough start time for a game of rugby, that is for sure. Definitely when it is being played, when it's in the middle of the night, and after we've already had some rugby today, it is normally pretty draining indeed. Have they confirmed all the Bledisloe Cup games yet? They have confirmed the one at Eden Park this weekend, and I believe the next one was going to be at Wellington, but I don't think it is going to be at Wellington anymore because of the fact that we saw, it's a little bit of an awkward one because I think something else was actually scheduled to be in Wellington. So now they've had to have a little bit of an interesting situation of trying to rearrange it. So I'm not sure whether that game's going to be at Wellington, but then the third game is going to be in Perth as well. But that one still a little bit up in the air at this stage as well. Fiji and women's, what a transformation. They did incredibly well in that match up against Great Britain, and also just in the tournament in general. They showed the passion that we have known and loved from Fiji in the past competitions we have seen them play in. That's pretty awesome. But for anyone who is wondering about the try scorers in this match, it was Stacey Fleuler, Gail Broughton, Michaela Blyde, and also Tyler Nathan Wong. Then for France, there were 2 tries. It was Drouin and also Siofani, but they weren't quite able to get the win in this one, France. And we have got the Welsh spending all the time eyeing up the Kiwis. And also we have got Kiwi should run a franchise on betting Box or Lions odds as well, says MH Troy. I actually do have a poll on that next live stream, and it is going to be the one of how many tries we think are going to be scored in that match. I believe the options are 0, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and also 5+. Hello from TN as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate, and have a nap, Kiwi lads. See you later for the Lions game. Good job on the screen, on the stream. Sorry. See you later, Marco. So says Drift want to be in. Wishing you a pleasant rest, Hamish, and see you at the big test tonight. And a big test it will be indeed. Going to be exciting, that's for sure. I'm going to the Perth game as well, says Chris. So that is pretty awesome. And I am staying up as well, says Michael. And he is going to wait for it. So see the brothers later. Cheers, Hamish Legend as well, says Marco. For Polar Bear. I've realised now I'm on Sky. Surely they are going to be showing the medal ceremony for New Zealand. I'm just going to make sure, though. I might actually get up TVNZ just to make sure that I've got all options covered. But TVNZ should be showing it as well. I think they were just getting possibly changed and ready, or just a little bit cooling off because of the fact that it's extremely hot. They're 30 degrees at the moment still at this stage of the night there. I believe it will be sitting at around 6:40. If I'm not wrong, I am just quickly going to be hopefully seeing the medal ceremony for these sides. We have got Kiwi lads. I'm going to watch it on TV and watch here as well, which is pretty awesome. We are going to be about 30 seconds delayed from live TV, but we are still going to be covering the game as well as we can. And yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy. We have got Fijiana has never come to R3 in any tournament in the SBC Sevens. And when they won bronze at the Olympics just well, says Sitabini. Yeah, it is extremely awesome that they have been able to do so. Tokyo Extra at the moment. Have we actually got the medal ceremony? I might have to have a look through to make sure that we are going to get to see it here in New Zealand. Surely they're showing it somewhere for New Zealand because of the fact that they have been able to win the gold in the women's sevens. In the men's, they did get the silver, but the gold is going to the men in this one. I'm just waiting around to see whether or not we do get to see it. This would be awkward if I have stayed afterwards and we aren't actually going to get to see the medal ceremony till a lot later on. But yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed this live stream as well. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We have got plenty more videos based around rugby, whether it's the Bunnings NPC, the Bledisloe Cup, the Rugby Championship, the British and Irish Lions Tour. We are covering it all. And hopefully you guys will be along with us on the ride. We have got well done New Zealand, a brilliant Olympics and team as well, says Tom. Yeah, they dug deep in a lot of their games. The likes of Nathan Wong, she really stepped up in that number 7 jersey. I felt also Michaela Blyde, just the pace of that woman to be able to just gas anyone on the outside. Although in the game up against Fiji, she was actually getting shut down. But Ruby Tui in the background there, she was very happy with Hirini there. But at this stage, I'm getting slow motions. Okay, medal ceremony will begin shortly. I've just seen come up. So that is good news that we aren't going to be sitting here for around half an hour. Taylor Naffin won 40 points in the tournament, says Jean-Luc Brandt. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, she did extremely well in this competition. Nathan Wong and Michaela Blyde, I believe she racked up about 5 tries or somewhere around there as well, which was very impressive. Our soccer team 0-0 versus Japan in the quarterfinal, almost half time. So there's still a chance maybe that we can sneak a win there. They were heavily the underdogs in that game, the Ollie Whites. So we will have to wait and see whether or not they can get that upset magnificent 7 later, bro. As well, says Shane Noonan. We have also got Crazy NZ in the chat. Welcome in, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now we have got, I think Fiji was the second toughest team in the tournament. Yeah, they were extremely good, Fiji, for both the men and the women in this one. They would have loved to be able to make it through to the final. And I honestly think Fiji would have been able to beat France in that final. But then saying that, it would have been tough for them. They did lose their first game up against France. That was 12-5, but it was the very first game that they had played. And I feel like with a little bit more form, they were finding their feet throughout this competition, Fijiana. And as it kept on building, it just meant that they kept on getting better and better. As the Box and the Lions game going to be on TVNZ? Unfortunately not. I believe it is only on Sky here in New Zealand or in Australia. It will be Stan Sport. And then overseas, I believe it is Super Sport as well. But at this stage, it looks like we're about to see the medal ceremonies. Everyone has gotten changed. And at this stage, they are showing France making their way out there. Of course, for anyone who did miss the games, Fiji received the bronze after winning that game up against Great Britain. In the end, it was 21 points to 12, and it was a very good performance from Fijiana. Then it was New Zealand who were playing France in the final. France losing this game 26 points to 12, so they received the silver in this competition for the Olympic Sevens. And then it is New Zealand who were able to get the win, and they were able to get the gold medal, which is very impressive indeed. The Black Ferns getting the gold, the New Zealand Seven side, I should say, getting the silver as well. And then for Fiji, Fijiana receiving the bronze, the men's side receiving the gold. So very impressive from both New Zealand and Fiji. But in this one, it was also not all Southern Hemisphere sides receiving the medals. It was France who were able to get that bronze, or sorry, received that silver. Tell you what, I'm probably confusing you guys big time with the names that I'm saying at the moment in terms of getting them round the wrong way. But now we are here at the medal ceremony, and they will be receiving those gold medals. Of course, they aren't actually allowed to have the medal put on them for this Olympic Games. They actually have to put it on them themselves, but they will also get a little mascot to represent the games. And a better mascot is that representation of a medal around your neck as well. But at this stage, they are going to be giving Fiji their medals first, but we have still got the introduction of the men in charge, and it is IOC member Mr. Octavian Maroru might be the pronunciation there. I feel like I well and truly butchered that name. Like I butchered quite a few of the names throughout this competition, as it was the first time that I had seen a lot of these players play, and it is certainly not going to be the last. New Zealand and Fiji got medals in the men's and the women's. Yeah, very impressive from both sides. And then it is the situation of France getting the third medal available, which was the silver in this one. And then it was, who was it? It was actually, I've forgotten the name now. Who got the other medal? New Zealand versus Fiji in the final. And then who was the third place? Argentina. How did I forget them in that situation? But they are now saying that Fiji are going to be receiving their medals. Fiji are playing extremely well in this one. Like someone mentioned a little bit earlier on, the first time they have finished third as well. Shot the ladies as well. Says Royal Sheepdog and also Whole Kiwi Lads who will be able to play together as well. Rugby Challenge 4, says Michael. Although I will be going to sleep straight after this live stream because of the fact that I will want to get a bit of rest before that British and Irish Lions versus Springboks games. Thanks a zillion, guys, for the opportunity to hear what's going on. Kia kaha, wahine, kia ora, go, you good things as well, Sisipa. And thank you very much for tuning in. It is hugely appreciated. You guys all being here. You should be a butcher mate as well. Says Crazy and said I could be with the amount of names that I am butchering here big time. But Fiji receiving the bronze in this situation. Very nicely done by Fijiana. And they are just receiving the medals now. Then it will be the silver for France. And then from there, it will be the gold for New Zealand. I'm just going to move my light a little bit here so that it is a little bit out of my face. It's a little bit of a rough light. I might need to look at fixing it at some stage. Got quite a bit of tape on it to make sure that it is working to the best of its ability. And we have got there, shot the ladies. Oh, I read that one. Hopefully that is in regards of a good job rather than in the different situation. We have got now Fiji receiving the medals. You can see the passion out on their faces, the emotion, because of the fact that they have been able to finish third in the Tokyo Olympics Sevens for the women. They are receiving their mascots at this stage as well. I know you'll get to bed, go to bed, but if you're awake again, says Michael, and I will certainly look into it. But hopefully, I will end up sleeping till around maybe 3, and then I will be getting up in a frantic hurry to try and get ready for that British and Irish Lions versus Springboks game, and it should be a very good one indeed. But they are just receiving their mascots, which involves, I believe it is a little mascot and then some sunflowers on that one as well. And we have got there, the women are more successful than the men's in 15s and our 7s. I think it's controlled aggression with intelligence, not like the men as well, says Shane. But at this stage, yeah, the women's side, they were very strategic in everything they did in these matches. And I feel like it paid off for them. They were actually going for a few kicks in that game up against France, which was something that I don't think was actually going to be expected in the final. France also going for some kicks in that game, but now France are going to be receiving their medals as well. They were able to finish second. The only game that France lost in this competition was the final. And tell you what, they are absolutely loving it at the moment, France. They are very happy to be able to finish second, and this one means well done as well. Says it real. I thought it did. I just was worried that by the way that I said it, I may have to explain it to some people in the chat. We have got there, Vanaka girls, you made us proud as well, says Eskaroi. Yeah, I feel like all of the sides in these Olympics have done extremely well. The likes of Republic of China, they had a pretty good competition overall for them as well. And they're actually going to be presenting their medals to each other here, France, which is something that we haven't seen happen yet. They're kind of teaming up, one for each of them, and then they do give each other the hug. And I think that is actually, the men didn't do that for this competition, but there is a lot of emotion there. Akimba and also Giovanni, two of the standouts for France in this competition, are just hugging, and also they are absolutely loving it at the moment, France. I'm going to go now, says Michael. That is all right. At this stage, we have almost reached the stage of the live stream where it is more chilled out than the actual live stream. We've had all the excitement, and now we are at the ceremony at this stage. But they are putting them around each other's necks, still the silvers. And at this stage, I'm excited to see where these competitions and where these teams go on to in the future, because of the fact that we've seen some very good rugby throughout this Olympic Sevens competition. And it just makes it even that much more better when they do get that Olympic ceremony where they do get to award the medals as well. I believe we'll get to hear the New Zealand national anthem as well when we do get into that situation of New Zealand receiving their golds. At this stage, it is still France gold medal as well, says James. It is indeed. France received the silver. The bronze went to Fiji in this one, and New Zealand were able to win the final 26 points to the 12 of France to get themselves that gold medal. The try scorers, Nathan Wong, Blyde, also brought in, and Flula, and then it is going to be Drouin and Siofani who was able to get the 2 tries for France, but it just wasn't quite enough. We have got time to pay the players on results. The men can go back to part-time work. A lot of the chicks can do the job consistently, as well, says Shane. And that's the thing. If we have plenty more competitions, hopefully we do get to see plenty more action for both of these sides so that they do get this role as full-time rugby sevens players, and maybe even going back to rugby union. I know a few players kind of transition between both. So maybe we will even see some of the Black Ferns playing in the Bunnings NPC competition when they do come back to New Zealand, which I'm not too sure when the flight is that they will be returning, but I'm sure there will be a lot of people waiting at the airport to congratulate the Silver Ferns the Black Ferns for their win. At this stage, it is still France getting their mascots. And yeah, New Zealand finishing top of their pool for Pool A, and then it was France finishing top of their pool for Pool B as well. And it looks like they are going to be possibly throwing their hands up in the air here, France. Yes, they are. And they are very happy to be able to receive that silver. So now there is only one team left to receive the medals at the stage. 6 weeks ago, France and Fiji had to qualify for the Olympics, and second and third. Congrats, says Chris. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of these sides, it's like Argentina for the men as well. Like sides that weren't expected to finish top actually did finish top. Of course, we've got the favourites for both sides. And that is the gold here for New Zealand. And they are ecstatic at this stage. But yeah, the likes of Fiji and also France, I don't think anyone was putting their names in the hunt for the medals, or maybe just a slight mention of Fiji. But at the end of the day, they are both there for the podium. And now New Zealand will be receiving their medals here. And they are absolutely loving it at this stage. It's going to be Ruby Tui who will be receiving her medal first. She has had a very tough competition. She's had to work hard throughout that whole match, and also throughout all of the games that they have played so far. She was getting absolutely nailed in every tackle when she touched the ball. She has awarded it to Resi Pori Lane. She hasn't had as much game time as the likes of Ruby Tui, but they do both receive that gold medal. Then it is going to be Stacey Fleur. She scored a few tries at very optimum times for the Black Ferns in this one. And then it is going to be Sheree Kaka, another player who didn't get as much game time as a few of the others, but both having very good competition. Proud of the girls, one down. Well done, says Ray Mantis. And also, tell you what, the captain here, Sarah Hirani, it will be well and truly rain and emotion there for her as the captain. And then Michaela Blyde pays to burn out on the wing, scoring many tries for the Black Ferns. I believe almost the leading try scorer for the Black Ferns in this matchup, or just in general, for the competition. Tyler Nathan Wong, she had to work hard in that number 7 jersey. Great with the kickoffs as well. And because of it, it did lead to a lot of good opportunities for New Zealand in this one. Kelly Brazier, a few dangerous moments off the bench when she did come out onto the field as well. Then it is going to be Gail Broughton. I feel like she almost, for me, has got to be up there with one of the players of the tournament for New Zealand, because she scored a lot of important tries, and she also made sure that she did get pretty much everything she did right in that regard. Good in defence as well. And then it also Fitzpatrick, then Portia Woodman, also 2 very dangerous ball runners down the wing for New Zealand. And then it was Elena Saley, who I didn't actually see too much of in this competition, but I'm sure she would have had a few runs around out there as well. Hey, Shane, good comment. Go back to work. All Black Sevens guys, leave the real work to the Wahine, sorry. And also we have got their Kiriani. I said NZ, congrats, but you were lucky versus Fiji. Well done, France. Thanks, buddy. Another good job, or grand job, sorry, Vanaka from Kitiani. But that is all of the medals received. Like I mentioned, the bronze went to Fiji, the silver went to France, and then the gold has gone to New Zealand. But nonetheless, I think that is going to be the end of this live stream. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are going to be back a little bit later on, and that is going to be for the match between the British and Irish Lions and the Springboks. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one.